Now, do we want to kind of freeform this and then use the magic of editing to make it sound like a reasonable episode?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely. And this should be in the episode.
Yeah, I agree.
Welcome to Tune In Next Week, the audio podcast where we review and break down TV shows of the post-baby boom era for you, the listener.
So I figure we should probably introduce ourselves, right?
That would be a good idea, yes.
Yeah, I mean, because people are going to know that, you know, hearing the deep voice guy, I'm John. Not the your voice isn't deep, but, you know, my name is John, and
I'm Brian.
right. I mean, that's pretty much all people are going to remember about us, right?
Yeah.
I could tell people that I'm a 34-year-old audio engineer and musician, and that I like fast cars and Jeeps that can go off-road, but they may not remember that, but that's okay.
Probably not. I could also tell people that I'm a 31-year-old entrepreneur, spiritualist, healer, Pisces. I'm into all things media, TV shows, movies.
Which is a perfect
video
reason
games.
for us to be sitting here right now talking to you guys and recording this for you fine people.
That's why we're here, because of the media that we love.
So here we are going to break down these episodes from our TV childhood, the things that we used to watch after school, where we would kind of run home and half-ass our homework so we can catch that episode of things like
Knight Rider,
The Golden Girls,
Saved by the Bell,
Airwolf,
The Fresh Prince,
A-Team.
The A-Team, Power Rangers,
Heck yeah, man. Magnum P.I.
VR Troopers. You know, you've never heard of VR Troopers.
Just like I've never watched an episode of Magnum P.I. or Power Rangers, but, you know, that's okay, because we're going to talk about those here on this podcast, so you guys can check those out through us, living vicariously through us, if you've never seen an episode of certain things, or like if you've ever caught an episode of Night Court.
Quantum Leap.
Yep, absolutely.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Blossom.
We're going to cover the angst in the show, and we're also going to share our own angst.
That's right. That's right. Because TV is such a beautiful thing. And it you know, like you were telling me earlier, how you watched certain episodes of certain things that kind of helped shape your growing up as a youngin'. And I'm sure the same, I can say the same thing for me. You know, I remember the times when I used to sit with my grandmother and, you know, where she would say, "Hey, do you want to watch an episode of the show with the talking car?" You know, and I just thought about how cool that would be to be David Hasselhoff, you know, obviously with better fashion sense, but, you know, be David Hasselhoff and get to drive around in a car that talked back to me, or, you know, if a car needed gas, it would go get gas itself or park itself, you know.
There was plenty of days during summer vacation where I stayed in and watched the USA Network on cable, and just watched sitcom after sitcom after sitcom. There was Wings.
Oh, Wings, yeah, man.
Yeah, there were Working with the office comedy with Fred Savage.
Yep.
Fantastic show.
Now, what about the Wonder Years? When was the Wonder Years? Was obviously before this, but when was that?
That was 80s.
Yeah, so that would fall within our realm too.
Well, I would say we are only going to cap shows that are currently no longer running, but we're primarily going to cover the shows of post baby boom era, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Maybe some shows in the 2000s. We'll see. There are going to be a sprinkling of some formative Saturday morning cartoons.
And let's not forget Cheers.
We can't forget Cheers.
And Frasier.
Of course not.
So shall we start the ball rolling by telling everybody what to expect next week?
Next week is we're going to kick off our inaugural episode with Knight Rider. The specific episode is going to be
Night Song.
Yes.
And we picked this episode because as soon as I told Brian about the description of it, because I happen to be a huge Knight Rider fan, and as soon as I told Brian about what the show is about, the first thing he said is, "That's awesome."
Yes. The car. There's a rap session in particular that I'm very excited to see.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Basically, if you guys are familiar with a group called The New Edition, they are guest stars on this show, and, you know, without giving really too much away, because, you know, after all, you got to tune in next week for all the goodies. But we're going to be talking about Knight Rider season 4. I believe it's episode 6.
Episode 11.
Episode 11. Okay, well, close enough. So season 4, episode 11, we're going to be talking about Knight Rider Night Song next week. So be sure to tune in next week for that.
Yeah, you can catch us on Twitter at tunein_nextweek.com and the Tumblr.
Wait, well, Twitter doesn't have a .com at the end.
Oh, God damn it. You can catch us at tunein_next week on Twitter, and on Tumblr, we are tunein-nextweek.tumblr.com.
Awesome. We'll see you there. In the meantime, tune in next week.